Long ago, Israel was suffering under the harsh rule of the Philistines. The people lived in fear, their daily lives overshadowed by the cruelty and power of their oppressors. Hope seemed distant, and many wondered if they would ever be free again. In their desperation, the people prayed for a hero to save them, gathering together to plead for deliverance. Their voices rose up, united in hope, asking God to remember his people and send someone to rescue them from their suffering. One day, an angel appeared to a woman who could not have children, promising her a son. This message was unexpected and miraculous, filling her heart with awe and wonder at what God was about to do. This child, Sampson, would be dedicated to God as a Nazirite, never to cut his hair. From the very beginning, his life was set apart for a special purpose, and his parents watched over him with great care. His strength would come from this vow, a sign of his special purpose. The uncut hair was not just a symbol, but a reminder of the promise made to God and the destiny that awaited him. Sampson was born, and as he grew, his strength amazed everyone. He could do things no other child could, and his feats became the talk of the village, inspiring both awe and curiosity. The Spirit of God was with him, and his uncut hair marked his promise. People began to see that Sampson was truly different, chosen for something greater than himself. The Israelites watched, hoping Sampson would free them. They saw in him the answer to their prayers, a glimmer of hope in dark times. Samson's destiny was clear. He was chosen to begin saving Israel from their enemies. The weight of this calling rested on his shoulders, but he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. His story would become legendary, inspiring generations to come with tales of courage, faith, and strength. The people waited, trusting that God's promise would soon be fulfilled. Their faith gave them strength to endure, even as they longed for freedom. Samson's journey as Israel's hero was about to begin, and with every step, hope was reborn in the hearts of his people. As a young man, Samson journeyed to the town of Timnah, a place bustling with life and ancient traditions. There, amidst the crowds, he saw a Philistine woman whose beauty captivated him, and he quickly fell in love. On his way to see her, Samson was suddenly attacked by a roaring lion. With nothing but his bare hands, he tore the beast apart, a stunning display of the supernatural strength that God had given him. Days later, retracing his steps, Samson discovered a swarm of bees and a honeycomb inside the lion's carcass. He tasted the honey, savoring its sweetness, and kept this strange event a secret known only to himself. At his wedding feast, surrounded by Philistine guests, Samson decided to challenge them with a clever riddle. Out of the eater came something to eat, out of the strong came something sweet. The riddle puzzled everyone. The answer, of course, was the lion and the honey, but only Samson understood the secret behind his words. Frustrated and desperate to win the wager, the Philistines threatened Samson's new wife, demanding she discover the answer. Fearing for her safety, she pleaded with Samson day after day, her words filled with urgency and distress until at last he revealed the secret to her. Unable to keep it to herself, she told the Philistines, and they triumphantly solved the riddle before the feast ended. Realizing he had been betrayed by someone he trusted, Samson's heart filled with anger and disappointment. His fury would soon ignite a fierce conflict with the Philistines, setting in motion a chain of events that would change everything. The stage was now set for a dramatic and violent struggle between Samson and his enemies, with both sides preparing for what was to come. The riddle, once a simple game, had become the spark for a much greater conflict. Samson's true battle was about to unfold, and his story was only just beginning. Furious at the betrayal by those he once trusted, Samson paid his debt by striking down 30 Philistines, showing no mercy as he unleashed his wrath. His strength was unmatched, and his enemies fell before him, their weapons useless against his might. But Samson's anger only grew deeper. In a bold act of vengeance, he captured foxes, tied torches to their tails, and set them loose among the Philistines' fields. The flames devoured their crops, vineyards, and olive groves, leaving devastation in his wake and striking fear into the hearts of his enemies. The Philistines, furious at the destruction, sought revenge of their own. The Israelites, terrified of further conflict, handed Samson over to his enemies, hoping to avoid more bloodshed. Bound tightly with new ropes, Samson was brought before the Philistines, his fate seemingly sealed as he was led away by his captors. But in that moment, the Spirit of God surged within him. He snapped the ropes as if they were threads and seized the jawbone of a donkey, turning it into a weapon. With incredible power, Sampson fought off his attackers, defeating 1,000 Philistines single-handedly. The battlefield echoed with the sound of his victory. Sampson's strength was unmatched, and his deeds became legendary. Yet his actions made him both a hero to his people and a target for his enemies, admired and feared in equal measure. The Philistines would not forget his revenge. They plotted in the shadows, determined to bring him down, their anger burning as fiercely as the fields he had destroyed. For the Israelites, Sampson became a symbol of hope and resistance, but they knew that danger was never far behind. Every victory brought new threats. The struggle between Sampson and the Philistines was far from over. Each side prepared for the next confrontation, the tension growing with every passing day. Though his strength was legendary, Sampson's journey was filled with peril and uncertainty. He walked a lonely path, never knowing what dangers awaited him. And so, the story of Sampson continued to grow, echoing through the ages as a tale of power, vengeance, and destiny. Sampson fell in love with Delilah, but the Philistine leaders bribed her to uncover his secret. Delilah pressed Sampson for the truth, but he misled her with false answers. Each time she tested him, and each time he broke free. Frustrated, Delilah persisted, wearing Sampson down day after day. At last, Sampson revealed his secret. His strength came from his uncut hair, a sign of his vow to God. Delilah told the Philistines. While Sampson slept, his hair was cut and his strength vanished. The Philistines captured him easily. Sampson's trust had led to his downfall. The mighty hero was now powerless and alone. Delilah's betrayal changed everything. The Philistines finally had their revenge. Sampson's fate was sealed. Blinded and imprisoned, Sampson's strength was gone, but his hair began to grow back. During a great Philistine festival, Sampson was brought out to be mocked. He stood between the temple's pillars, surrounded by his enemies. Sampson prayed, "Lord, give me strength one last time." With a final surge of power, he pushed the pillars apart. The temple collapsed, killing Sampson and thousands of Philistines. In his last act, Sampson defeated more enemies than ever before. His sacrifice freed Israel from oppression. Sampson's family buried him with honor. His story became a lesson in strength, faith, and the cost of betrayal. Israel remembered Sampson as their flawed but mighty hero. His legacy lived on for generations.